climbed up the slopes. 30 men to every squad with high hopes. Silence shattered, lost gun crack. Hell breaks loose with spiteful flashes. Easy targets hit the deck. Run like hell through blood and fire. And it's heads down, lads, there's shrapnel flying. To the left and right, men are dying. And there's no retreat, no standing still. Onwards, boys, to the top of the hill. Run for cover, drop your kit. Under scrub, fix bayonet. Trench by trench and hand to hand. Up scrubby point and bloody ridge. And it's heads down, lads, there's shrapnel flying. To the left and right, men are dying. And there's no retreat, no standing still. Onwards, boys, to the top of the hill. Some have stood and some have fallen. Some are lying, torn and bleeding. And for us who still remain, we'll show their loss was not in vain. And it's heads down, lads, there's shrapnel flying. To the left and right, men are dying. And there's no retreat, no standing still. Onwards, boys, to the top of the hill. And it's heads down, lads, there's shrapnel.
All right. Live. I see the mic going. Look at this. Howdy, Demon Slayer. Sorry about that. It looks like I gained another follower at some point after the stream last night. So, only got 3 more to go. And I'll be doing that 8-hour stream, potentially. So, alright. Where do we want to pick up? Moving steering column, significantly easier to take the retaining bolt out. In fact, to be fair, I've never removed a steering column on anything heavier than a Volkswagen Beetle. And those don't require too much percussive persuasion. Usually, 2-foot breaker bar is plenty. Or just a hell of an impact. But on a Class 8, that's a level of frustration I can only imagine. So. But I'm guessing I have an idea of what you did today. Hello, Dark Owl. Alright, so we're going to... Wouldn't have the genius. Those momentary lapses of judgment. Had them plenty. So anyway, I'm going to start on today. I'm going to continue on just adding detail. 6 hours of sleep will do that to you. I actually just got something that'll hopefully help my sleep. These are sleep buds. I've been waiting to get a new pair and finally got them. So I was like, all right, that should help my sleep situation. I don't think you did anything, Darko. I'm just looking at my planning what is the next item to attack on this. And I think, frankly, stop smacking shit. Quick eye for interviewing our players. No game tonight, so I'm working on an intro into the campaign video. Howdy, Jay. Make sure you double check your recording. I don't want you to have that issue again. And intro into the campaign video sounds awesome. Make it nice. It might make a nice stream intro for your campaign nights. English went out the fucking window. Hyper boost to Castellan. Using the detachment that gets him all the cool stuff. Dark Owl. Alright, let's just get at it. There's no sense in sitting here hemming and hawing. Might as well start fucking working. Some Skullcrusher brass. Do a little more detail work. Oh, goodness. When you interview Nightshade, I think you should introduce her as the Destroyer of Worlds, Jay. The multi-planar being that is Nightshade. And when are you going to do that for your players, Jay? You need to introduce a multi-planar attack on one of them. Just something that has like D4 damage. Yeah, if they get hit with a multi-planar attack that has D4 damage, you just literally walk over and just upside their head. Consumer fruit snacks. It's just a real symbol, but like, oh, hey, there's a multiplayer attack. Maybe it doesn't actually do any damage, but like, oh no, the attack lands. What kind of damage does it do? Just don't say anything. Just walk up, boop, upside the head. There you go. Reached out and touched them on the next plane of existence. I have to do the detail out this a bit more. I don't know if Nightshade consumes fruit snacks. I can assume they do. I'm confident Jay's done all those tricks. You're writing a note on a piece of paper to give to one of your players and telling them, don't let anyone else see this. Nothing else on the note, just that. There you go. That's a good idea there, Jay. Or next time one of your players takes a psychic attack, just grab them some Advil. Oh, you took a psychic attack. Here you go. A D20 is more fun than a D10. I've rolled way too many D10s in life. Too many games that ran on D10 systems, with open-ended D10s exploding. Oh, 10 D20. That's probably more accurate. challenge you to find any good DM that isn't guilty of that. Oh, so Demon Slayer, since we're talking about fun work events, we had the highlight of my work day. I came into the office. There's a group of our employees that start at 7. I start at 8. So we just had some staggered scheduling. No big deal. Oh, goodness. And one of our office clerks starts his day at like 6:30. Because he has to run to like get mail and a bunch of other stuff. So anywho, he gets in, or I get in, and I notice that they're talking about, hello, Papa Nurgle. They're talking about something they found on one of the our team's desks. And they didn't know what it was, so I knew it was a vape of some sort. So I busted out my the lens from the brand that begins with a G. Did a quick search on it, and it's a THC vape pen. And I got no problem with folks that want to partake in that. I treat it the same as alcohol. Just do it in a safe environment. Don't drive. Do it legally, kind of stuff. Don't push it on kids. But apparently, someone in the overnight cleaning crew at the office was enjoying their THC vape pen, so much so they left it on a desk. And it's a big fucking thing. It's like the size of a 20-ounce bottle of Coke. And I'm like, seriously? So I had to, of course I used rubber gloves, gloved up, got a Ziploc bag, sealed it in the bag, hid it somewhere because I work at an airport. Our building is owned by the airport. We have elected officials in charge of our program. We have people that are of all kinds of stuff there. I don't need one of them walking in and going, hey, why do you guys have a THC vape pen on your desks? You're going to lose your contract. So that was my morning. Blood Demons. I have not painted Stormcast. There is a Stormcast model that I do kind of want to pick up. He's one of the characters. But I actually have not painted Stormcast. I've painted plenty of stuff with armor. But not Stormcast Eternals. Not for anything against them. I just didn't. See, now, Demon Slayer, I would agree if it weren't for the fact that, yes, the Golden Wizard is in frame. We have an issue with the night crew, the janitors, because we've caught him multiple times stealing from our drinks, stealing from our fridge, going through people's desks. And the guy still works there. And, like, wait, no. That was the guy yesterday. He's supposed to be working. The bathroom literally had no toilet paper. It's like, yeah. I even think to look. But he was snoring so loudly, we had to stop and take pictures. And it's like, literally ruining it for, like, the morning janitor. She is this super nice lady that busts her ass, and we're always talking to her. And she hates that guy because she's always having to clean up his shit that he didn't do. And it's like, look, you got a good job. You got an easy job at that building. You got a great union, good medical, and you act like that. Come on. So fun times. So I'm getting some gray out because I have this. I gave him this horn on his helmet that I'm going to. I need to get a gray coat on first. I say they wouldn't have a summoning circle at our building because any kind of flame in there and it's going to burn to the ground. That building is so soaked with kerosene. One match and that place is going up like a friggin' firework. Katy Perry would be proud. Boom. Man, painting those eyes is going to be a bitch. Excuse me. The roaches have a good union, though. Alright, so I did blue on that. Red on that. It's blue and red. I'm looking at the... I got the Rampager on the turnstile there. I can see his chainsword. I'm going to do the similar setup. So I also did red on the tanks, silver on the vans. Okay. So now for the blue, I use a contrast. I need to go to the bigger brush though. Hello there, Sandras. Thank you for the cling. Again, as always, I wish you a hopefully calm evening. Hello there, Howlers. Thank you for the compliment. We're coming along. Yeah, that's a lot of effort on the dry brush and things. As I hit it with the Cygor Brown contrast first, and then I dry brush a heavy coat of Runefang Steel on top to get it really bright. Oh, Demon Slayer. For your Necroons. For your spooky, scary skeletons. Man, those are gorgeous. Check out Vallejo's newly released True Metallic Metals. Fantastic. I'd love to hear that, Sanders. Hopefully I'm glad it's chill. Uh-oh. Then don't do it. Also, Sanders, that might be good for your stuff, too. The new Vallejo's True Metallic Metals. They got beautiful metal paints with, like, all these colors. And they got, like, a purple metallics. They got blue metallics. They got all the shit. I want to buy the big box set that has them all, but it's like $300. So that's not now. But I might get some of the smaller 4-packs. But like I could see Necrons using a blue metallic metal on them. I think it would look slick. Why are you disappearing? I'd say take a look at the Vallejo sets first. Nothing against Army Painter, but the Vallejo's got a whole new series of paint sets they've been releasing that are really good. I'm still trying to remember who was using the Pro Acryl stuff. Christmas, I could maybe go with the Vallejo big metallic box. That'd be a bad idea. I've not used their spray. Is it that not great?
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Damn straight. Howdy, CDs. Were you the one, CDs, that's getting the Pro Acryl? Or was that somebody else? I know someone talked about it. Oh, did you look at the new True Metallic Metals? Okay, thank you. Okay, how is it? Nice. Okay. With the there's okay. Well, CDs is the one who got all the Pro Acryls. And I think I remember maybe you were also talking about it, Sanders. And as far as Papa Nurgle, there is a gold in that True Metallic Metal. There's like a four. They come in 4-packs, and it's like a wash, a shade, a heavier base, and then a thinned out one for airbrushes. Which I don't have the airbrushes, but I can still use the paint for the Vallejo's True Metallic stuffs that they just came out with. Honestly, I'm loving the blues. Like I could see that going great for some Thousand Suns, some like Scarab Occult Terminators. I think it would look great with that. I did see my friend who buys too much stuff. Who I get some deals from occasionally. He is doing a it's the Vespid Necron army, not Necron, Necromunda gang. There's like a Vespid one. I can't remember what they're called specifically. He's got that, doing them in the greens, the metallic greens from the Vallejo's True Metallics, and it looks so shiny. It's impressive. It's like, damn, it looks good. It's very vibrantly green and shiny. That was one of those, like, I got to see it in person. I'm like, that's kind of... Might grab a couple of them. They definitely have gold, like a gold 4-pack. They're a little pricey, but it's a really good quality. So they can be worth the money. I don't mind paying a little extra for quality stuffs. Might have to mute in a moment. My wife and her dad should be coming home soon, and that means the doggo might get nutty. Oh, goodness. Bam. Gotta figure what my next... After this, I'm going to jump back, after this night, it's going to jump back over to get some Risk CDs. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. We're close to me getting 200. And I'm stealing your idea, CDs. Once I get to 200, I'm going to be doing an 8-hour stream. Which will consist of assembling and then maybe painting Armageddon. And the Exodite box, once I pick that up. Which I have secured my source. So, I'm stealing your idea. I'm unashamedly doing so. Because that sounds like fun. But yeah, definitely, I want to do the dry brush on the spear. Okay, yes, your idea was a Warlord Titan, but that's at 200 subscribers. My wife has confirmed it. If I get 200 subscribers, I'll get a Warlord Titan. If I'm at 200 subs, though, doing all right. Whew, excuse me. Okay, and then I did. Should be Flesh Tears red. My favorite contrast color is Flesh Tears. Okay, red on the box on the top and red on the tanks. Did 8 hours for 100 subs, but I have something big coming up that might bring some other in. Okay. That sounds awesome. Your dad said you're long. Howdy, Doggalord. Sorry, wife, you just got home and I was just getting updates. 200 boys for 200 followers. I don't have 200 boys. I'll take a look in a moment what you're listing in their CDs. Something underneath there. It's probably a Warlord Titan. Let's see what we got. Click, 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 click. Where's the mouse? Where did the mouse go? Right here. Open link. Cheese on a stick. That's a big ass Gundam. Yes, you are that crazy, and that's awesome. That is a cool looking Gunpla.
I'm gonna check the garden really quick.
Okay, go. There is package. That is 18 pounds of plastic. If you're ever in the Chicagoland area, CDs, the Gunpla store, the first official one, is out here. It's actually at a mall in Rosemont. I can't remember. It has a specific name, like it's the X store. That is flipping monstrous. That's a big ass Gunpla. When that finally gets out here, Demon Slayer, if it's safe to go to that part of the country, yes. I will be. That is their Warlord Titan. I could be a Warlord Titan for 40k, frankly. Yes, if it is safe to head to that area of the country, Demon Slayer, I'm absolutely going to be making a trip out there. You know what you got going. We'll just see what the world brings, though. I won't let anybody know. You should use that as a Warlord Titan. So yeah, absolutely, that'd be good. Looks like it'll be fun though. Are you gonna try and do it in one session? Because that's gonna take a while, I'm sure. You like marathon your way through it? A Razor Blade Howlers. Not possible 50. Jeez. I have Lego sets. Most of my Lego sets are smaller than that. Fair enough. So, funny story. Superglue story, that is. I got a couple of funny Superglue stories. Because I've been around the block a few times. So, a very, 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 very long time ago, in a galaxy far away known as Southern California, I was starting to do some modeling, like just with, not like modeling, like I'm pretty, like the testers model car kits kind of stuff. And at the time, my father worked for the company that owned Zap-A-Gap, which is I think they're still around. They're a crazy glue, super glue kind of a thing. Specifically, Zap-A-Gap was known for being able to bridge small gaps. You could have, a small gap and it can make it out there. The hardest part with the French-made outfit is the stockings going over hairy legs just doesn't look right. It's like trying to shave a kiwi. Here's a mental image for you. Anyway, so I expressed an interest in doing the model cars and stuff. And at the time, my father, who was not the most emotionally stable human you've ever met, got me some super glue because he worked at the company that made it. And when I mean he got me super glue, he got me a 1-gallon plastic jug of Zap-A-Gap. It was the most unusable thing possible. It was meant to refill, like it would be used in commercial lines for dispensers. You would go, like if you had a commercial, an assembly line machine that would automatically disperse the glue as part of its assembly practice, and you had a giant glue reservoir. So you'd pour the gallon jugs of Zap-A-Gap in there to refill the reservoirs. It's not meant for a fucking kid to build a model car kit. I'd have to dip a brush in it and paint it. It was so unusable. I have a gallon fucking jug of super glue. Yeah. And the other fun super glue story I have is, so, no, you don't want me twerking. I want people to have their vision. If I make people blind, it's going to be an issue. So, now this comes from my gaming days. Or some of the older gaming days. So when you're working with crazy glue and super glue and things, like the Gorilla Glue is now, there is a product called Zip Kicker. It's a glue accelerant. I don't know if it's still around. It's also an older thing. You used to use it now and then on models. And what it is, it came in a little spray bottle, and you would the spray bottle, and the glue would be instantly dry. Well, there's a chemical reaction is it generates heat. So it was a common thing to try and put a drop of glue on somebody and then like zip kicker their hands and give them small chemical burns. We were dumb. So, yes, Lila, what are you doing? Mommy's outside looking at the garden. What are you doing, dog? You're like slamming into stuff. The dog is like bouncing around my desk. Fun times. But yeah, so we used to... I had a friend who once used to fall asleep and we'd glue his fingers together. Forgot about this dynamic. Oh, hello there, Heretic Scott. It's been a bit. Well, it's probably because it's curing fast on your hands, Howlers, because it does a great job of bonding skin. And realistically, the problem with the Quickset or Zip Kicker for the super glue stuff is it makes it really brittle. So yes, it does dry it fast, but then the stuff's going to break constantly, and it's just better to let it sit and firm up. So how you doing, Heretic Scott? It's been a bit, and welcome to the most crazy chaos night I've made yet. He's got an axe. Just a little axe. So it's also a pain in the ass to hold. I guess I'm sleep CDs. It's funny because I was talking with the wife after the stream yesterday a bit about how I'm pushing myself more and more to make my kit bashes have a story and tell a story. Like I did a lot of kit bashing on my Chaos Dwarves, and they look good, but there's no real story behind them. So I said, with the Rampager, that definitely has a story. You could see it. This guy is even more so, but this guy's story is more the story of the battle sister that's about to get turned into salsa than his story. I mean, it is very battle sistery to be standing in front of this thing and thinking she has a chance. We gotta do this, though. Look at that puppy. Look at those puppy ears. Master of Accidental... Oh, that's beautiful. That is wonderful, Demon Slayer. I like that. Alright. So now... So I've got my traditional... First a drink. Oh, man. Oh, good gravy. So I've got most of my base colors on here for this. I do need to do the tubes. And then I'll touch up on the metal portions. Now,
What are you talking about? She's not about to be turned into salsa. She's getting crushed into red wine.
We thought about that, but this is a chain axe. Let's go do a bit more blending. Maybe a fine puree. Unless he just smacks her with the axe, and then yeah, it's gonna a fine vintage press of Saint Celestine's Delight is the name of the wine. Anywho, so I want to do something to differentiate the handle from the hand of the knight. An emulsification. Thank you, Nightshade, for the use of a big word that I haven't thought about in a while. So I've got the hand here. The fingers are done up. We can kind of pull in on this. And how you doing, Nightshade? So I want to do, that'd be the name of the axe. So so you've got the fingers here and set up in the kind of a rust with the highlights on it. But I've got the handle and like the center portion of the axe. I don't know what this is exactly would be called. But I gotta think of what I want to do to kind of separate the handle. Make it stand out. Just like I want to do something a little bit here to make this thing stand out as well. I might do some, maybe I'll paint up this trim in a color. What I could do is I could take kind of a bronzy brass color and dry brush, copper, and dry brush. That would be good too. I've got a good couple of copper colors. I could dry brush on a copper bronze brash here, and then on the handle as well. There's a very cool but totally unnecessary explanation why super gluing the way it does. But I don't know. Fair enough. I'm thinking of kind of a coppery. Let me get my small dry brush. Yoink. Put that there. Back the lens out. Yeah, so let's see what I got. Alright, so Heretic Scott. This is the base. And this is how it is going to go. So you see it staring down at that little battle sister right there. I was about to get battle sistered. And I'm not letting him stand freely at the moment because it's still not the most secure thing. So yeah, and then this one's going to have 6 blood letters on it. I've got 2 on top, 1 on a shoulder pad, and 3 more that'll be on the base. Here's the color and the trim for the armor. So the mist, formerly known, the Nightshade, I feel I must apologize in advance for this. And I'm glad the wife is currently outside looking at the garden. So once I've had you'll accept this horrible joke I'm about to make as apology for it. Because the first thing that popped in my head was the Battle Sister's going to be turned into the Red Stain. And then I go, that's bad. And if we get to meet in person, you have more than carte blanche to slap me for that. It'll be 100% justified, and we just need to record it because it'll be funny too. I fully expect the violence. So we had a fun conversation with the wife today while I was driving home from work. The weather is actually quite pleasant right now in the Chicagoland area. Why is that so gunked up? And it's not the worst. This is true. But the weather's quite pleasant. So I was seeing some people walk by, walking around, and it dawned on me that this is how I know my priorities have changed as an old man. Because I am an old man. Surprised and shocked, I know. I was waiting at a light, and I was looking over at the side of the street because there was a beautiful mid-60s, looked like a 66-ish Chevelle. Gorgeous car, heading to a car show. There's lots of Monday night car shows in the area. And just past the beautiful Chevelle was 3 young women. I would guess teens-ish. I don't know exactly, but, possibly, young women from, like, school or something. Dressed appropriately for the weather, but in relatively, not too much on, because it's like jogging attire. And one girl had a very bare midriff. And I was looking at her, and the first thing that popped in my head is the scene from Hot Shots, where he's cooking bacon on the girl. She's like, he's sitting there, he's like, oh, it's hot. And he like ends up like cooking the bacon and making the whole breakfast and the hash browns. And that's all that was running through my head. I'm looking at women that would be considered objectively attractive. And all I can think of is like, man, I could go for bacon and eggs. Hey, Megaform. So that's how I know my priorities have changed as I've got into my old age. Their attractiveness not even really a thought process, and there was more. I can't remember the name of the actress. It was the whole bit where he's, I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the. I can picture the scene perfectly in my head, and like he comes back and she's the Native American, and she's like, they named me this. Like, what does it mean? It's like little sizzling belly. Well, thankfully, Demon Slayer, I don't have to anymore because we don't have a lawn. We got rid of it for a garden. And we have a lot of old people stopping in front of it to look. Yeah, that's all that was in my head was, couldn't care less about the lady. I'm just like, I see her exposed stomach and her exposed midriff, and all I can think of is, man, bacon and eggs. All right. Yeah, and honestly, the allure of bacon and eggs. I did see the photo of the Warriors, and I fully support that. If the Battlefield Trophies box wasn't all 40K stuff, I'd say go with that too. But it does have a lot of regular human skulls and things, and orc skulls. The wife is back. Well, Megaform does have us beat in the best ways to gauge old age. Adeptus Salsarita. Bloody Sister Mary? That might be an actual drink, actually. Sister Bloody Mary? Maybe? How you doing, Megaform? I'll just need to do a little touch-up dry brushing on that thumb piece there. Getting by avoiding responsibility. Fair enough. That should be the title of your autobiography. hello there, child.
It's me. It's me, Luna.
I'm laughing at you.
What?
Are you going to put it in a bowl?
No.
Okay. A Grey Knight helm would work. Watching my child make me proud. Been a while. I'm neck deep in video editing. Oh, yes. You'll have to make sure to link video stuff when you get it done, good sir. Alright, so what do we think? So I did the... Copper does a nice... Copper did a nice differentiation. I'm going to hit the fingers up with a... One more piece, thank you. Oh, actually, the middle of painting. So I did. The copper does a nice break, gives it a little more distinction from it. It makes it stand out from the handle, but I just got to touch up a little bit on that thumb real quick, which you can't see because it's hard to. It's too big. So. Let me sit you down. Good call on that. Clean up this. And the grenades have been occasionally seen in the fantasy realm. Keep your animation similar to fusion based editing things. You were absolutely elbow deep in that there. I don't remember the far squeaker thing, but one of those Chaos Knights, those are some, or the Chaos Warriors are some good looking models. And then the new Lord / Sorcerer on the Dragon is up for pre-order now. That's another good looking model too. Touch up dry brushing. Sound like elves but alien. That's fair. That would be Eldar. Get this in the light so I can. There we go. Now the fingers stand out a bit more. So yeah, I think the copper comes across decent. Gives it a nice little break and differentiate. Now, I'll get in here and do some detail with contrasts. Oh, you really gotta clean this brush up. But you can actually use Grey Knights. There's, I think Green Stuff World might have like animal bits you can buy. If not, you can Etsy would probably have some good 3D printed ones. You can always see if anyone's got some extra bits left over too. I know at the store I go to all the time, there's bits left over people don't want, which I don't know, maybe the hoarder in me says you can't let that go. It's good pieces. I mean, so I got the tentacles here. It's get a gift for more games Atlantic. Fair enough. I'll have to look at that. All right, so now I want to do this. The lance I'm going to dry brush over in a Grey Knight steel and then hit it with a lighter, like a Pilar Glacier maybe. A little lighter blue contrasts. What's up in this thing? This is nice and glowy. And that'll be. Actually, lots of stampeding going on. But I'm doing this because the Grey Knight steel is kind of a bluish. It's not just the light metallic color that is Runefang. It has a bit more of a blue hue to it. Which is what I want for the shock lance. Get this all done up. Do kind of a heavy dry brush coat on this. Might end up using the same on the chains. Trying to get too much of the fingers because I want those to stay the rusty colors that I've done the rest. So, and then the actual tendrils I'm going to hit with a white dry brush, specifically so I can have possibly the Pilar Glacier contrast on top of it to give it this. I'm trying to get it kind of electrified look because it is a shock lance. Wait, it even has a tiny range attack that's really not really anything special, but it does have something. But if I do a nice white dry brush base on there, should be good. There we go. Get that in there. Detail's starting to shine through a bit. Goes in there. Let's get some white scar. Puppers is bouncing around like a puppers. Being all puppery. Puppery. Pupper. Just like saying pupper. Clean this soap up a little bit. Cleaned up soap so much I can't grab the brush. That was smart. There we go. Get the brush cleaned up. Got enough resin in my surfacer. If you want to follow along outside of streams, check me out on Blue Sky there. I posted my daily hobby streak updates. Today will be 120, which is pretty good, I feel. And if you're in for a slice of life comic about an orc and a pet squig, where we are all orc and squig is that shrimpy shrimp thing. I don't know how that's comfortable. She's in full shrimp mode. She's staring at the daughter, who's in the dining room over there, enjoying some chocolate peanut butter ice cream. And thus the peanut butter portion is that what the dog is longing and desiring. But War Games Atlantic is where I get my proxy Garmin minis that are made of plastic. I will absolutely check them out. Where are they based out of? My guess is East Coast somewhere. Question for me. Do I ever rate other streamers? I do if I know they're on. And they're people that I follow. And I remember. More so if I remember they're on and the people I follow. Like last night we rated JTDM. Who's has a very long running DD game. That's we are very familiar with. Yeah, go for it. I got no problems raiding other folks. I wouldn't be where I was if not for a raid, so. A friend of ours, Lady Nightscale, raided me and got me up to over 100, I think, at the time. Followers. Teams, and he was painting content too. Okay. I'm guessing he's on right now. Paints a lot of Chaos Space Marines. Yeah. If you'll appreciate a raid from a small-time person like me, yeah, absolutely. No problems. Sending whatever I got left over to other spots. If you're on later in a bit, Doggo Lord, remind me closer to the end of the stream, please. That's probably one of the core issues I have is just remembering. And I also will... Give me a sec. I need to... problems rating, folks, but let me finish dry brushing this up real quick, and then I'll take that name down so I can remember it a bit more. Yeah, if I'm all for recommending getting recommendations. The wargaming community is a small one. You got to support each other. Alright, so now this is an ugly dry brush of white on these tentacles. So we're going to set that down, let that brush soak up. I'm going to take this down real quick. Thames is... Hello there, Nova. Which... Alright, I've got them over there. How you doing, Nova? Do you know Dagger? We're working on Chaos Knight. Why does that make it? It feels loose. It is loose. I gotta do a little tiny bit loose in there. Been a while, it's good. I'm glad to hear you're good. Doing something and this knee joint wiggled. It's not totally loose, but it's a little loose, so secure that up there. Okay. You're solid. You just have a little bit of a wiggle. So, all right. Okay, so we got that on there. So now I've got the dry brush on here. So I want to do the shock lance. I think I'm going to do it all in this Pilar Glacier. Let's give it a little bit of lecture. Coming and going, bounce between streams. All good. All good, Doggo. If that tame person's still streaming, I will gladly raid them. They are a bit more mean than I am. They got more followers. They are a bigger streamer than I. Got my hands on a lot of models for $300. Nice. What models, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, man. So I'm thinking, I want to do the Pilar. Do I want to do it in a Pilar Glacier? Do I want to do like a red? I do have this new red contrast. Do I want to do red on the tentacles? This is a toughie. So I got some ideas. I could do a bright screaming red on the tentacles. Or I could do like this Pilar Glacier, which would give it a nice my gut says to go with the Glacier, so I'm gonna run with that. My gut's saying go with this, so worst case scenario, I repaint it. Won't be the first, won't be the last. Yes, Lulu. You know, you're very burfy. to the B word as I was cooking my food, and I guess who can't eat it. How close am I to the end of this night? Not. I've got a pretty reasonable amount of work to get done on this one here, Doggo. Because right now I'm doing, the way I do my painting is I do a first, I do it in layers, kind of a thing, in steps. So this is the first round of like detail work. I'm starting to do. Yes, Lula. Yes, Lula. Where is she? She's sitting on the couch. Okay. But right now, so I'm going to be doing this round of contrasts and be getting the base colors on. I did the trims and things. And then I'll probably take a break from the chassis. I still got a lot of work on the base because I've got to do the black edges around the cork. I need to paint this Battle Sister. I got to paint the Dark Angels banner, the Fallen banner here. And then I've got to get the texture on that. And then I've got, all the detail work on the bloodletters. There's lots of detail work to get done on like these hatches and the rusted apart pilot's compartment. So I've actually got a pretty reasonable amount of work left in this guy. So I'm not all that close to getting this one done. And this is turning out to be more of an idea of a color than an actual color in here. So, alright, so Pilar Glacier is not doing what I want to do. It's not dark enough. I want it to be a more rich blue. So, yeah, give it a shot. That one didn't work out well. I could go to Space Wolf's gray isn't blue enough. What about? I think this is gonna be. This Drevel Visage isn't gonna be bold enough. I could. Huh. What about Tesseract Glow? Let's try that. Let's try something crazy. Scarab Destroyer, 3 Redemptors, 2 boxes, Sisters of Battle, Acadian Shock Troops, and a box of War Dogs. Doggy doggies. That's a very, there's a lot of models for $300. It's a very variety pack, too. You'll be able to, if you're going to use them all, you'll be able to do all kinds of fun stuff. The problem with Tesseract Glow is you really got to get it to mix up. I think the Briar Queen's Chill might do well too. Yeah, the Pilar Glacier just doesn't have enough color in it. So this is part of the fun part. Is like, I've got the idea of what I want it to look. But I want to see what we're going to do. So, what if we do this? Alright, so what are folks' general opinion of the Tesseract Glow on the Shock Lance? Other than it's bubbly at the moment because I was mixing it. Alright, so I got some people here watching. Alright, folks. Opinion time. What are we thinking for this on this Tesseract Glow for the shock lance? All right, Sandras, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully it's not too much work. You say send it. All right, so we got one for send it with the glowy lance. What do you think, wifey?
I'm looking.
Just looking, okay. Wait and see. I think it looks all right. It gives it a unique look. It makes it stand out against the rest of the night too, definitely. So, and it'll be brighter on the tentacles because I did those with the white dry brush. And lastly, it should literally glow. So that's where we're at right now. So thinking the shock lance. Think it with the Tesseract Glow.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Alright, let me go over there. Okay.
Either put it in chat or I'm...
So there's that strip down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Focus the Tesseract Glow on that
Okay.
and make that glow.
Tesseract Glow.
That thing.
But what about this?
That make that just a metal.
Just the metal?
Mm-hmm. And
All right.
then the tentacles are going to be the glowing. So it's like the tentacles are getting charged by
This. Okay.
whatever that is.
That's actually just like the track that, because it's supposed to shoot forward.
Sure.
Okay.
Now we're making it glowy.
That works? All right.
That's my idea.
Okay. So, wife had a good idea. I'm going to take the this channel here. That's the track. I'm going to fill this up with Tesseract Glow. I'll paint this back over in a metallic, and then I'll do all the track on both sides in the Tesseract Glow, and then do the Tesseract Glow on the tentacles. So it looks like it's powering it up. And there's the poopers. So we're gonna, that was, I think, I like this idea. So. It's hard to hold. Alright, so. So I'll need to do some touch-up work on the outside of this lance. That's part of why it takes me a while, Doggo Lord, is that, you know, I'm like, oh, I didn't like this, or I have a better idea, like my wife had a better idea for this. So now I'm going to touch up all the work, the test I did out there. So I'm going to repaint a little bit. That's part of painting. You never know until you give it a shot. The bases I did with the resin. Took me forever to get those right. But I got, realistically, I'll probably, my guess is I'd like to have this done during the week. I don't think it'll be the case. I think I'll probably be finishing it up like next weekend on stream. Be my guess. Because, I mean, it's... Most of these big nights are taking me at least 20 plus hours. Especially when the custom paint, custom kit bashing and things like that. The most recent, the Tyrant took, and the Rampager took extra. But I have no rush. I'm not in any hurry. I want to get this. I'm not pushing to get. I don't have like a specific deadline I want to accomplish. I just want to paint them up to a what I feel is a reasonably high standard for myself. Because I do have other Warhammer projects. The next one to finish up is the Chaos Dwarves. So my trophies can be all happily done. My OG army. So I'll need to redo this bit down here, but so the channels and the glow. Okay, so then and if you want to follow along Doggo Lord outside of the stream, go to that blue sky. I'll be posting every day, be it a ton of progress or not a ton of progress, depending on whatever it is. Any progress is still progress. This done. So we'll see. I'm doing a test tentacle.
Testicle?
You said it. I did not say that. Wifey said that. This is a testing tentacle.
Testicle.
Not what the wife called it. So I'm not sure if the mic picked her up or not. This mic is really good, but it is pointing at me, so. Alright, so. What do you think of that?
Oh, that looks great.
You like that?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's what we're doing. A little bit of experimentation on what we're doing here, and this is the most I've used the Tesseract Glow. Supposedly, Tesseract Glow actually does glow. It is considered a technical paint, not a contrast. So it is actually supposed to have a glow effect under UV. I don't have a UV to test it with. So I have considered possibly picking up a UV curing resin kit. Comes like a little flashlight. Never had a need for one. I mean, yeah.
No cost too great, no mind to think, no will to break, no voice to cry suffering. Born of God and void. You shall seal the blinding light that plagues their dreams. You are the vessel. You are the hollow knight.
Oh, yes. That was daughter's Halloween costume. The wife made that. That is paper mache. She wanted to be a Hollow Knight. She loves the Hollow Knight lore of the games. She's read all the lore. She played a little bit of she has the first Hollow Knight game, but she's not a fan of, like, she loves the game, loves the lore, but the gameplay, it's hard. So she just, like, you know what? She tried it. She really did give it her best, but she didn't want it to kind of ruin her enjoyment of it by having a fight, by, struggling with the game. So she just figured, I'll just sit back and enjoy the lore. And I'm like, that's fine. That's awesome, Doggo Lord. I've only played it a little bit. But so the child loves the lore and stuff, but yeah, she doesn't want her frustration to ruin her enjoyment of it. It's like, you know what? I understand that completely. I have had frustrating games ruin my enjoyment of the game. Helldivers 2 did that for a while. It was just so frustrating in ways. I was like, you know what? I'm not enjoying the game anymore. And I'm not a Souls-like person. The super punishy games, just not my jam. It's a brilliant game. It's just a well-done game. Well, both of them are well-done games. I mean, Silksong broke Steam. Switching to a slightly larger brush to make this go a bit easier. I don't think any other game can I can believe it. I mean, for Steam to struggle, and that's, about as established in quality eShop as you can get, so. Proof in the pudding that, just quality gameplay, fun gameplay is what matters. I mean, and Hollow Knight and Silksong both benefited from great writing and stories. But you don't have to have, $100 billion of game development budget hell to make the, the end-all, end-all. I'm looking at GTA 6, which I actually have no desire to even pick up. So now this first coat of Tesseract Glow, realistically, I'm going to get this on here, then I'll be doing lots of touch-up. 5 hours segment? Good gravy. Is that 5 hour of combat or just more 5 hour of game in general? Or is it like one boss fight that's 5 more hours? It's like abusive if it is. $14 new bosses. Shit. That is nuts. As a gamer, I will gladly sit back and watch someone who is infinitely better at it than myself. And be like, you know what? You're great at that game. I'm just going to respect your skill and enjoy. Huge amounts of respect for that Dogger Lord. I've done WoW raids that were like that. But that's, you know, giant team effort. On the solo game side, nope. Never done anything like that. Speaking of which, I need to do some... get my Warlock up to rating level. Tentacles, painting tentacles. I do like how Tesseract Glow dries very neon-y. Oh, I didn't even think. There's a fluorescent neon in my Squidmar set. But I'm already way done with this, so that'll be used for something else then. Maybe I'll do that for the eyes. I'm gonna hate doing the eyes in this guy. Let's do a little dance, Mr. Nightboy. 2 hours dinner. Zulman. I think I ran when we were doing Suramar raid. One specific boss, Spellblade Ariel, I believe, is her name. That one took forever for me. Of course, the original ICC was a crazy one, too. But that was crazy for a lot of people. Everybody's got to carry their weight. That's one thing that, like, it's kind of a blessing and a curse for FF for 14. Is that everyone needs to DPS, even the healers. And like the healers, some of the healers' abilities rely on them doing damage. So when you get some people that would come over from WoW or other games, and they wouldn't do damage, I'm like, well, I'm just a healer. I'm like, yes, I know, but you need to use your damage attacks. Like, well, it's no, I'm just a healer. Your DPS is supposed to do it. I'm like, no, everyone DPSs. And some people just could not get that in for FF14. Your white mages absolutely need to do damage. Your scholars need to do damage. And they had some good damaging abilities, too. Alright, so let's try. Exactly. And especially in FF14, you need all their damage. You need even the healer's damage to help it. And that's why other, like, DPS and stuff, like, I did, my main was Red Mage for a lot of it. And that, I can heal as well, which I didn't do much, but I had a battle res and a few other abilities. So I could help out. It's like everyone contributes. Alright, so now, so what I need to do then is I'm going to, it's going to be the best stuff to fix, to redo this. I could Cygor Brown it, and then, honestly, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Cygor Brown the Tesseract. Cygor Brown. Sounds like they're hindering more than helping. Oh, goodness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this part that we determined is not going to be Tesseract Glow. So I'm going to hit it with a contrast first, and then we'll dry brush a bit over it and just redo it. What do you mean, Nightshade? I am perfect. I know exactly what I'm doing. I hit the one button, and it makes the attacks happen. It makes the pretty sparkles. Did you know the pretty sparkles?
I don't talk like that ever again.
What about the pretty? I can't hear you, woman. I have headphones on. I hear her talking, but I can't hear what she's saying. I'm getting hit. I expect this. Oh, I had to apologize to Nightshade, hun.
What'd you do?
We were coming up with names for the Battle Sister. There were some very good names, mind you. But I figured it's the Battle Sister's going to get turned into a red stain. The dog just left. It was that bad. And I told Nightshade she's perfectly allowed to hit me. Lula is very opinionated tonight. Yeah, she's a good girl. Okay, so almost got the Tesseract Glow covered up on the spots I need it covered. So do a little cleanup on this side. Here you go, puppers. Why are you so opinionated tonight, Lula? It's because Mommy went out with Grandpa? Like the best at creating builds, surround with skills and find. The only time I paid attention to doing the specific builds was when I was tanking with a raiding guild. And I was tanking raiding. I was, main tanking for the Suramar raid. That was the only time I really okay, I should pay attention to an optimal build. In general, I just go with whatever, I have fun. I ain't stressing too much about it. I play the game to enjoy. I don't play the game to be like, I'm the best. Same. What? I said something and apparently it made the wife laugh and I don't know what it was, but that's normal. Oh my god, Nightshade, you're accepting responsibility? What is that? Curses on you! Responsibility? Can't have that. Hey, wife.
Hold on.
Yeah, she's just typing something. All right. Oh, say no more. That hurts me. Hurts me deeply in the bones. It hurts me so much I must drop octaves in the voice to accept that that is just bleh. Anywho, so before I, oh god, okay, I mean, obviously she's enjoying the clip. God, Tesseract glows everywhere. Can you grab me a Gatorade, please?
Sure.
A little bit of water.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Zoop. Someone went to the driving range with her father and enjoyed. Yeah, Tesseract glow seems to stain my thing. Did you know that the glow stains my, the glow is staining me? You might want to get tested. I'm holding him up because the stuff's wet. Realistically, if the glow is staining me, y'all need to get tested. Just in, like, ambient. Anyway, so there's the shock lance with the revised paint. Now I will dry brush a bit on the areas I redid with the dark tint, but now it's got the glow going down the channel into the tentacles. I think it works. Works pretty well. And I'll touch up once this is dry. I'll go through and like touch up the. There's all these like pipes and stuff in here. They'll get cleaned up. So zip a little bit out of there. I'm liking it. Alright, so we will set you down for a moment on your little standy thing for the moment. And we'll grab some brush cleaner because Desert Glow is not a technical paint, and I don't want to leave it on my brushes. The how it balances itself is simply the shield weighs almost as much as the whole knight. Because that's all, that chain is actual metal. So that's this whole thing weighs almost as much as like his entire torso and thing. So it really helped him up. And it's going to help it a lot when I pin it to the base with the brass tubing. I was worried a little bit that it was going to be really off balance and it's going to rely completely on the base to support it, but it doesn't, thankfully. It is not. No, it is pure dumb luck. That is what we must attribute it to. What it actually is. Stupid dumb luck. There's a lot of things I don't have luck in. You know, like having an office that doesn't have leaky windows or, you know, thieving janitors. But I get dumb luck in, hey, look, this random thing I'm making is balanced. Sort of. It's a Thanos meme. Anyway, okay. So now these up. So now I need to do, I want to do, normally I do like there's tubes and stuff I'll do in there, but honestly this guy's chest armor plates, these things here, it's titty plates, go right there and they completely hide what's behind it. So it's going to be real, or is it they go the other way? The booby plates. I think they go like that.
I almost choked.
What, when I said titty plates?
Yes.
Fair. I'll do some of the tubes. Like there's up under its chin, you can kind of see it. There's like pipes and wires and stuff up under there. And I always do those in some colors just to add a little detail in spots that no one's ever going to notice, except me. But we need a smaller brush for that. Go with my 0. Let's use brush. Oh, that's what's going on. You don't want to work tomorrow? No, Nightshade, you're looking mighty sick. I think you have a fever. Is there a Taco Bell in your area? You know, Nightshade, it was just so random that your mom brought home Taco Bell and, you know, you just have the explosive shits. So unless they want you painting the floor or creative shade of brown and maybe even the walls, depending on the violent level of the explosions, it's better if you just stay home. You thought it was okay. It's past the recall. I got some bad lettuce. All you have to do is pull up a video of a sound effect board of explosive diarrhea, and just call your boss from your bathroom and have that like sound effect so you can play it. Be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," just brrr. They won't ask questions. Or if you're okay with uncomfortable Google searches, just, elephants mating and play that in the background while you're in the bathroom.
Jesus.
And while you're talking to your boss, calling off work because of what you got going on. And yeah, you'll be fine. Basically, this is an extreme way of saying just call off sick if it's, You have PTO, right? You don't work in a place where it is literal life and death, so take a sick day. Go get yourself a quart. You go get yourself a gallon of ice cream. Just blah. And really give yourself the explosive shits. Nice. I'm hoping. So far, knock on wood, I haven't been called to jury duty yet. I'm not going tomorrow. I didn't go today. So once I have an assurity that that's not happening, or at least not too much of it's happening, I'm gonna be taking some days off at the end of this month because I need to. I wish it was the case. Like so far, I'm 2 for 2 on cancellation days, but I have to call every day this week. So I'm hoping that'll keep going on the you don't need a show. But yeah, blah. We'll see. No. I wouldn't mind it if it was the courthouse that's right there, but it's the one that's downtown, so it's in... I have like this long commute that I'm not going to get paid for. It's like, I have a court right next to me. Can I just go to that? No. Well, if Eli comes on, ask him about his grand jury adventure. It was like 3 months. It was insane. I want to say it's like just under 3 months. I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was a long damn time he was on that grand jury. Three days a week for 3 months. Jeez, on the crackers.
I remember that.
Yeah, now the wife mentions it. I think I do remember that too. Remember you mentioning it. So now I'm going over a bunch of the see, this is not. That's the part that bugs me. It's like there is no reason you should have had to lose money to do this. Like if you were compensated fairly for it, and it wasn't a huge like financial burden, then okay, then more people would be inclined to do it, and I think wouldn't have so much issues of people just not wanting to do it. But it's like, oh, we're going to give you, like barely any of the. I mean, they're only compensating at the wrong mileage rate for this year. Which I saw, they're like, oh, you're going to give the 72.5 cents a mile. I'm like, but the mileage rate's 76. And it's like $12 a day or $18 a day. That's not even fucking lunch. Like going downtown for 72 cents a mile. Well, the previous 2026 mileage rate was 72.5 cents a mile. It went up to 76 in July 1, which is weird for a mid-year increase and a big mid-year increase. But and the problem is, like, so in Chicago, for me to go to the court downtown, that's only this 25 cents a mile. Jeez. Cook County Court's doing it based off of the federal mileage reimbursement rate. But like for me to get downtown, it's only like 13 to 14 miles, so I'd only get like $12. But it's going to take an hour and a half of driving because the traffic is that bad. So it's like, ugh. Like I think it's $18 a day plus the 72.5 cents mileage. So best I'm gonna get, maybe $30 for a day, if that. So it's like this is why people don't want to do it. Because it's just a huge financial burden. So right now I'm doing pipe details in contrast colors. Contrast paint so that they'll have a bit of the metallic sheen from underneath. Test our glows up here. Why? Slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. All right, so we did. Let me see if I can even. So let me see if I can zoom in on the head. Not hitting other things. So, okay. Somewhere in there. That's crazy. So, alright. So what I was doing is, there's like these tubes right here. I got those in a blue. You can kind of see them there. The red bits back here behind the, see if I can get it to focus on. There you go. The red on this side, red on one side, blue on the other. So, now, yeah, the glowing tentacles, it was a good call, hon. So having the channel glowing into this, and then I'll just dry brush a little bit on here to get some detail back. I could do it when I do the final dry brush coat, it would look good. So, we have the kind of copper in the middle here. And I'll just have to do some cleanup, touch-up work on that. To do shading, and then I'll do the shading. I do want to shine up the blades. I do have the shield. This is supposed to be like the shield generator for the shield. I got to figure out what I want to do with that. So, ow, we're going to get stabbed by the pokey bits there. I'm going to set you down here for a moment. So, we're going to take a moment for some meds. Today, didn't even open the water bottle yet. Or not bottle. Gatorade. There we go. Uh-oh, Eli's texting me. He's texting me stuffs. I don't know what he's texting me. It's Space Marine stuffs. Oh, it's a coupon. Okay. I will log on and take care of that. It's a in-game currency thing for Space Marine. So I will take care of that in a bit. So, what to do with the eyes? So the eyes are going to be a pain in the ass, but I might as well get them done while I got them here. Need to move all the stuff because keep smacking stuff. So anyway, we'll set them down here. We'll zoom on in. So his eyes are my pointing brush. His eyes are right there. One on this side and one on the other side. So I could come in from the side and actually get a decent view on it. Price match software from a Groupon? What kind of crack they'd be smoking? Would you ask him to share the drugs? Because, I mean, shit. It's like, alright, share the fucking drugs. Alright, so for these eyes, I plan my attack. If I come down like this, that's going to be the way to do it. Okay. That's the best place to be, Nightshade. Oh no, there's a crazy psycho person. Hey, I'm off the clock. Whee! He should have bought some popcorn or something. Just be... Can you ring me up for this popcorn before I head out? Yeah, no reason. No reason at all. All right, so I'm gonna hit the eyes. I'm gonna attempt to hit the eyes with some Evil Sun Scarlet, which is a very, very bright reddish color. So, let's see how this works and see how bad I mess this up. right, let's zoom in. So we can zoom in. You can watch me struggle bus through eyes. Hopefully that's on camera.
It is.
Unfortunately, I gotta turn it towards me. Alright, I'll have to back this up. It's like the game operation. It's operation with a pointy motherfucker. There we go. This actually, that's not bad. I can work it from here. Okay, that's one. Okay, I got a path here I can work on. Okay, only a little bit of touch-up needed on one. That's not bad. Not bad at all, actually. I just got to do a little bit of touch-up when it's dry. I could probably fix that with some shading. They shade, but you can kind of see it a little bit in there. Actually, I need to get that. I need to do that one with more. Go a little heavy on this. There you go. Now you can move it outside from under Squigman. See it right there. If anyone's on a big screen, or I don't know if it's going to come through a mobile. Do a contrast.
Wait, zoom in and hold it up again.
Zoom in and hold it up again. Okay, one sec.
Move it a little bit toward the computer. Toward the monitor.
I can't. He's hitting things.
Oh, damn. Damn, never mind.
I think that's the best you're going to get, I think.
Okay, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah. No, because this thing's so big, it's like smacking it. It's just like, he's like, oh, okay, that's as close as he's going to get because he's starting to hit things. So now I'm just doing a little bit of Black Templar's contrast to actually a pain in the ass to work with. This is as disassembled as I can get them too for painting. Clean up. Okay, so now back it a little bit more. I reach over there, grab that paint. Back over there. Welcome to the adventures of the Upside Down Knight. That looks pretty good. Alright, so I got the eyes done. Let's just bounce around with detail time. I see something else I want to do detail wise. Let's grab my 0. Do this in a brass. Here's a little tusk thing painted up in an appropriate brass. Alright, so now that I got I can get my granite steel out. And go back to I've got some touch up on the trim on the mask. So clean up detail work. Set up a little bit more. Did you do your hobby streak?
Yep.
Okay. Make sure wifey does her hobby streak like I do. You're supporting each other in that. Okay, get on tusk thing. Not sure what. How about toy around with some Argix Earthshade? I'm thinking. Not non-oil for shade on this. I want to do a little bit more of a color in there. Just a bit. Argix Earthshade's got that nice brown tint to it. So, I think that'll be good. Not far from getting on this portion of it. Want to let's get some just quick bit of snake bite out here. now I'm doing this little tusk in just a little bit of snake bite leather on top of that gray. Give it a nice kind of organic look. Okay, there we go. That's that done. Got the tubes done. Nice. Yay! A month past due. Okay, so I got that on there. I think now I'm into the. So I gotta figure what I want to do with this like shield thing here, and then I still gotta address the shield. Oof. I'll do it in a. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking more bronzy on the shield. Like if I draw a dry brush on a bronze finish on the chain, I think it would look slick. We're going with the big brush though. Yeah, let's do the big dry brush. If I do a first coat of the dry brush of this Screaming Bell bronze color and then do like a lighter steel on top of that when I do the final weathering dry brush, I think it'd work well. So dry brushing, despite the fact that it's dry brushing, your brush needs to have a little bit of moisture on it. Not much, but just a bit. You don't need to use your hands like I do, but it's just the way I've learned to do it. Getting in here with the shield. I don't want it to be an imperfect coat. I'm digging that. Let's see. A little bit more. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's a nice texture on there, and then I'll do the final weathering dry brush to really bring that up. Highlight it out, so. Now I just gotta think of what I want to do with this shield thingy. So I've got. I'm not far off on getting the chassis being done. But so on this arm, he's got. This is where the shield. Well, done before I just start doing shading, and then there's lots of detail touch-up work. Like I got to clean up in here on these little things, and like filling in the black lines. I do want to bring up some of these pipes and stuff that got coated over. I'm going to hit them with the there's a little piece of something up there I need to trim off. Must have missed that when I was cleaning it. No, I'll touch that bit up there. But there's lots of bits on these pipes and stuff that I'm going to be doing. Highlight these brown, and then I want to shade it all, probably with the Argex Earth Shade, huh? Okay. I hit it with Argex Earth Shade to really get in on those cracks, but I want to do something with this, but I don't know what yet. I'm not totally sure, because this distracts me. Howdy, Grim Reaver. This thing being just by itself there, just screaming for me to do something to it, but I got to figure out what I want to do. Could do a contrast on that, like a nice. You do a green. No, because I already did the green on that. I can try my new contrast. Actually, it might work. How's it going, Grim Reaver? Actually, let me. We are doing well. We're making great progress on this crazy boy here. I gotta clean that brush up. I'm just gonna clean up this dry brush that I just did for making the shield rusty. Starting to think maybe I should look into that ultrasonic brush cleaner. Oh, there we go. And started my at-home 500-point term yesterday. Didn't have time for a second half, so we continue this weekend. Nice. That is awesome. Once these nights are all as it should be. Oh, this is for the wife. I don't know if that came through well.
That was very good.
But you should be having fun. That's the whole point of the game. That part of the game, unfortunately, is lost on a lot of people. Like, you know, it's, I've got to win. I've got to win. Oh, no, but just enjoy. Sometimes losing can be spectacular and fun. Absolutely dice tell stories. Mine are mostly Shakespearean comedy tragedies. I'm trying to do Hamlet in 5 minutes. I have had that happen many a time. And I'm charging nothing. Oh, fudge. Thankfully, the new charge rules lessen that craziness a bit, but it still absolutely happens. Good. Okay, yeah. Your blood angels are not motivated right now.
They're a little anemic.
I really can't hear you talking, hon. I hear you talking, but I can't make out what you're saying. Sorry. I know you have fun things to say, but I can't hear it. These earbuds are really good. It is like a sauna. Sauna. Hey, Jersey. Alright, so I'll clean that up a little bit, but this works well. Get a little bit of red and kind of... yeah, I do need to do smokestacks. Alright, so I think... Shock Lance is looking really good. So yeah, I think we're pretty close. I might as well start doing some touch-up detail work then. I do like this color. This Baal Red. Speaking of Blood Angels, Baal Red. Like the Taal Volcano. It's the secret. It's the secret formula. If I keep saying secret, my wife's going to slap me. She's typing. I need to set him down. It's hard to do this one-handed. She says she's ignoring me, but she's not. I can hear her eyes rolling. Sounds like a pair of boulders running down a mountainside. Or 2 Lego Death Stars bouncing down the stairs. I'm the reason she needs to wear glasses. Her eyes have rolled so much that things are distorted. She's pretending to ignore me now. But now she's sitting on the couch and I can make faces at her looking through the gap. So we're just going to clean up, starting the long cleanup and detail process. To fix all the spots I, for lack of better words, fat fingered. And the there. Sanguinary Guard set around 11 to charge against Tau, though. They're motivated to kill them. You know those Tau? Fuck them in particular. So if anybody's watching who is not following, I am 3 followers away from 200. At the 200 point, I will be doing an 8-hour stream, which is going to consist of the assembly and maybe painting of Armageddon box and Exodites. So, eight-hour stream. We'll figure it out. I'll do it on a Saturday. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll probably do it on a Saturday or a Sunday. We'll plan it up. I need maybe I would take it off, but I don't know how that will work for viewership. Or if I were to do it starting... No, I can't do the too late stuff, though. I'm too old. But, anywho, I will do an 8-hour stream with assembling the Armageddon box, which is chilling right there. And then I'll be picking up Exodites. And we'll be doing the Exodites, too. So we could have orcs, lots of orcs, because there's orcs in Armageddon and orcs in Exodites. Space Marines, and elves on dinosaurs, because why the fuck not? There's going to be orc boys. There's 40? Or is it 20 in the Armageddon box? I can't remember. It's 20 or 40 orc boys. It's up there and it's hard for me to get. Yeah, there'll be orc boys in there, and then in the Exodite box has the Beast Snaga boys and Squigogs. 20 boys in the Armageddon box. So I'll have 20 boys there, and then however many in the Exodites, which I think is another 10? Or maybe it's 20. I don't think it's 20. There's another unit of Beast Snagas. That kill team. And then 10 Beast Snagas. So, okay, so it'll be 30 boys total getting built. Technically 31, because I have an extra of the model of the month, which is a boy. You do have this memorized. And then I also have, I've got Runtherd. I've got the Runtherd and Gretchen. Because my orc army is going to be themed after Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. So, each unit is a different Schwarzenegger film. Pardon. I don't know if I'm going to be doing Red Heat. Like, at the moment, I've got Runtherd and the Gretchen is Kindergarten Cop. Beast Snagas are going to be Commando. Not Commando.
Predator?
No. Damn it. Conan. Beast Snagger is going to be Conan. The boys here will probably be like Running Man and Conan. Or not Conan. Running Man and Commando for the regular boys. The Weird Boy is going to be Junior.
Cheshire Fright followed your channel.
Hello, thank you, Cheshire Fright. I am very close now. Thank you for the follow. We've got the Weird Boy's going to be Junior. The Mad Doc, or the Pain Boy, and the Grot Orderly are twins. Is twins. I need to get an Orc truck. That's going to be for T2. Wazdaga is absolutely going to be the T800. But, anyhow. So, welcome to the channel, Cheshire Freight. I am working on this. No, where's Lead Belcher? That's the one. Working on this Cast Knight, who is the most extreme Cast Knight I've dropped on old YouTube. Alright. He's the most extreme Cast Knight I've got out of my Cast Knights. Which I've got the Rampager on the turnstile right now. This is the Night Lancer. Who is... Let's get shaking up more. Which is, got this ridiculous chain axe. And there's his shock lance. Come on. Makes us being weird. Defiler, Contagion, Ninja Pieces, my Beast Snagger boys, and Squig Hog boys on top of. Ooh. That sounds orky. Sounds fantastically orky. So the best kill camp video is Hot Shots Part 2. That movie's been in my head a lot lately. I think I need to watch it again.
Do we have it?
I don't think so. I think it's the sequel that has the kill counter. I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with those Squig Hog boys, because I can't leave well enough alone. My model's got to be kit bash, but I'm making a point. I'm not just going to do empty kit bashes. They got to tell stories now. And these knights have been doing a really good job of telling stories. So now, as it stands, I am only 2 followers away from doing a very long stream. So we're getting there. That's honestly one of the biggest takeaways I've had from the Big Hunters Member Detachment. I haven't really looked at the orc stuff, because the orcs are a little bit down the line as far as assembling building up the army. So I figure at that point, when I'm ready to really play them, the codex will be out. So I want to see what detachments are available then, because especially 15 detachments, I think, in the when they talked about in the codex. So we'll have to see what it's going to be. Beast Snaggers are awesome. Anything with squigs. Oh, you know what? If we get the buggy with the squid launcher, that could be for Last Action Hero. If I paint it up like the Mercury Sable, which is the car he goes head on into the taxi cab, and the kid's upset because he looks at him, he's like, look, so-and-so's a Mercury Sable. Airbags. Taxi cab. No airbags. to redo, clean up these blades. I'm going to get these blades all bloodied up, but I want to get the contrast off of them first. I want to start these fresh at the base lead belcher, which is what they were primered at. I made really good progress today. I'm pleased. The chassis is not far from being done. I'm just doing a lot of detail work. Dog Lord is back. Making good progress. I'm going into the deep down nitty gritty details now. Starting it up on spots. Cleaning. I'm now doing my lots of steps of cleanup. Fixing all the spots I fudged over and messed up, and which is a lot. I want to do the teeth in brighter. This needs something to stand out. You know what? I know what this needs. This needs this piece to be in that color. That makes that look better. So my gimmick for the armies, there's always something to say. See that big thing, we're going to crumpet. The big it is, the art of default. That sounds fantastically orky. I love it. Remember, if anyone enjoys some slice of life orc comicry, check out Orc and Squig, as written and drawn by the wife. We are all orc. Orc is us. Squig is based heavily on that dog there, and her inability to be normal. That dog right there. You see that dog? You want to pet that dog? The corpse of big things have been crumping. Well, yeah, that's the best way to stand on top of it. You can see what's next. You can pet that dog? Probably not, because she's shy around people. She'll gladly bark at you, though. She's a sweet puppers to us. She also sleeps like a person that poor single mom that's been working 2 80-hour-a-week jobs just to make ends meet on the table. There is that too. Few things are as tired as a pitbull that has done nothing all day.
We went on a nice walk.
That has done nothing except for a walk all day. Oh, I see a spot I need to get with the granite paint. Just for my granite steel. See a piece of trim I missed. Yeah, so that looks better now with the pip. Might even hit it with a brighter. We'll let the distance from the dog not. We'll give her the virtual pets. Those are our Firefly lights are on. If you want to follow along with the progress on this beastie after the stream, check out that blue sky there. I post a hobby streak every day. I post the updates on what I'm getting done. You can see the progress as it goes. You can watch me struggle bus. And the details will be lots of not much progress today. Argued with lots with this piece here. Virtual script. Can't sleep when planes just got off an overnight plane. Yeesh. I'm actually hoping to get a better night's sleep tonight, as my sleep aid arrived today, and I'm very, very excited for this. Something I've wanted for a replacement for ages. Years back, Bose did a sleep bud. Those earbuds designed by like fancy smart people with noise masking tech and all that kind of stuff. And they're really small, and they have this thing. They run all night and basically just do a nice block out the noise and stuff and help. And they put them out of production, which sucks because I used mine until battery stopped working. I used the shit out of those things. This company, OZLO, which is the people that developed them initially, they came out with new ones. And I got them, and I'm happy. I already tested them a little bit. So I will be plugging those in tonight. And I'm very much looking forward to that. This has been a long time since I had those. I'm very sad that the sleep buds went away, but you know, they just didn't sell that much, so they discontinued them. I don't have a giant pillow jersey. That doesn't work out well. I have normal size pillows. So that shade there. Oh, I needed granite steel. Oh, I hit a tendon thing. That was weird. And if you're still here, Doggo Lord, there's a very time-consuming portion that probably won't be on stream because, well, depending on how time-consuming it is going to be the application of decals. So
Orcs is never defeated in battle. If we win, we win. If we die fighting, so it don't count. If we runs for it, we don't die neither, cause we can come back for Anuba go. See?
very true statement. But the a thing that takes a long time, that will take a long time on this guy, is going to be the decals. So basically on all these armor panels where there's not anything there, I'm going to be slapping boatloads of decals on. So I ended up getting another sheet from a friend that had the extra Chaos Knight bits. So I've got a whole nother sheet of decals to use. And decals aren't, they look great, but they're a pain. There's nothing about it. Especially lots of them. But I've got, he just wanted some of the script ones, so he took those out, but I still got lots of runes, all the chaos, pointed stars. I've got lots of more chaos pointed stars and stuff, a bunch of runes I've used. Yeah, I've got lots of these. I think I even got, did I get a War Dog one, I think? Thought he gave me another War Dog one. But I got lots of decals. So basically all these panels, like these panels here that have nothing on them, they're going to be done up. I might, and honestly, since I have, I might even do it on the head, since I've got these like spots here on the head. I can put some decals in there. So This silicon gray. So there's no way to rush the decals. I don't have the skill level to freehand this stuff, so. But honestly, the decals look really good. Like all the stuff on that Rampager there in the turnstile. You can see it on like the armor plates in the shoulders. Excuse me. All the armor plates in the legs. All the chaos symbols there. That's the kind of stuff. Adding, basically whenever you think you're done, just take another pass, add more detail. You're done, take another pass, add more detail. The more you do that, the better and better it'll look. I'll just do this simple plan. Okay, it worked. I'm stretching for little things to do here because I only have like 10 minutes left. So I'm just cleaning up and adding more. I'm very happy with this guy's how he's turned out so far, though. There's the base. Ignoring the base a bit. Because I've never painted a Battle Sister, and I've got to paint Sister Mary Chunky Salsa. So I could do brass on that too. I'm gonna look at some Battle Sister paint jobs too. I could always do the traditional black, but that seems dull. Figure I might as well go, since I'm doing everything else crazy, might as well go crazy on that one too.
Red and gold.
Again, I hear your voice, but I cannot make out what you're saying. Have you? Red and gold? That could work. Red and gold can absolutely work. I've got some red contrast and shades. And I can put the gold trim on. Is it because we keep calling her Salsa?
Yep.
And for those who are watching and questioning why I'm talking about a Battle Sister being Salsa, I'll show you in a moment. So all my Mechanicus symbols were done in the brass. Do a little bit on this one Mechanicus logo back here. Alright, there we go. So the reason I keep talking about a Battle Sister and Salsa in the same breath is that on the base here, for those that haven't seen, there's a Battle Sister right there. And the positioning for this guy is that. So he is really about to hit her with, giant weapon of crazy giantness. So, got the angles, so he's looking down at her. Her piece is being named "Let Us Test Your Faith." I think she passes, but she ain't gonna live. No Minor Miracle dice is saving her from this one. Now, Ed and Aaron scheduled their appointment.
Yay!
It's going to be March for them.
Okay.
So, which works out because mine's in February. And then I can give them the person specific information about their gifts. I mean, if it comes down to it and they want something different, but I'm going to say this is the ones I'm looking to get for them. I think Ed and Aaron will both be fine with that. Mm-hmm. But they got to get the bits done. Alright, so just a quick gut check. Not gut check, but just fun. There you go, look at that. Heading out for the night.
Fit, dry, fit.
If I raid Tommy, tell him I said hi. Absolutely. I will. Thank you for the reminder. I have his channel up on another tab so I can get the name. But have a good night, Darker Lord. There you go. So then that'll be... I don't think these will stay like the other ones did. For a quick mock-up. No, I can't. I can't keep these shoulder pads up. So yeah, it's kind of the vibe, and then there'll be blood letters around the feet. There's gonna be 3 down here. So yeah, I'm digging this guy. Alright, so pull him off the base because I don't want him to fall. Actually, something else I got to get done, so we'll take a break on the chassis for the night. Get my big old brush. Got a few minutes left. That's not the right paint. That's the one I was going for. Now, Doggerlord had recommended another painting YouTuber to raid.
Okay.
So I will, if they're still on, I have their channel up. I have the name down. Oh yeah, good. How good fast melee units are in smaller games? No, I've not been told that, but I can absolutely believe it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black, do a little bit of black around the cork edge. Melee did get a really big buff for 11th. But I could see it being in it. If you have a smaller game where you don't have the shooting or the other units to deal with, like a melee rushing group. I can see that being lots of trouble. So on these bases, I've sealed the cork with Elmer's glue before primering it, and that's so that the cork doesn't soak up the resin. But I found that by painting another layer of black around, it just adds another kind of bit of security, and it actually adds like a nice shadow to where the ice is against the rocks. So just a nice thick layer of black. It's very easy to get in combat very quickly. Basically, does not allow your opponent to move and at the board. Yep. I can absolutely believe that there, Grim Reaver. Especially if you do like a group of berserkers and a rhino. They can fly across, do the disembark, and just get there almost instantly, and just start mowing through things. Yep. I just realized what time it is, so alright. Let me just clean up this brush and we'll start the especially when you have especially advanced in charge. And rerolls and things like that. So anywho, I want to thank everybody for sitting with me while I work on the Nightly Boy. We get a lot of progress done today on we got the shock lance done up in its beautiful glowy colors as suggested by the wife, with the way that the Tesseract glow runs down the center. Cleaned up and did all the detail work over here. Did the kind of a rust on the chains for the chain shield. Spent a lot of time working on the axe because, well, the axe deserves a lot of time and effort onto it. But it's turned out pretty good. Did a lot of cleanup and detail work on them, so we're pretty close to being done with the chassis. So with that, it does have tentacles. With the chassis, once the chassis is done, then I can get into the armor bits. The main plate is going to take a while, the main carapace, because all the blood letters. And then it'll be lots of decaling, and then that base is going to take a bit more effort than they have in the past. But with that, some stuff. I stream most Saturdays and every Sunday and Monday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. As always, check out Orc and Squig if you want some fun Orc and Squigging. Exactly, they could. And they actually extend it a little bit past the tip of the lance. So, if you want to follow along on the progress for this off the stream, check me out on Blue Sky. I am 2 followers away from 200 on Twitch. Once I get there, I'll be doing an 8-hour stream, which will consist of building Armageddon and the Exodite box when I grab it. But thank you, everybody, for sitting, chatting, and watching. I will see you on Blue Sky. If not, I will catch you all on Saturday, where I don't think I'll finish this guy this week. I think I'll be close, but I don't think I'll finish him this week. But I'll still be working on it. So with that, Thank you, everybody. Oh, we're going to try and raid somebody. I almost forgot. So, I'm going to work on raiding another Warhammer painting streamer if he's on. A recommendation from
Matter of fact, the combat, not the control, the battle
Doggo Lord.
that what's it, Doggo was going to get us and might still get us is actually
So let me hit that in. /raid. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.